Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Lexie and it is the beginning of a new month. Happy May. It is May of 2021. Again, this year's flying by. I said that in a previous video when I talked about the books that I read in the last month. So yeah, the year's flying by and it is now time for a new TBR, a new to be read pile. A new pile that I probably won't even get to half the books, but I am going to try. March was a great month. I blew through my TBR and added so many books to it. I think it was like a 15 book month. It was fantastic. Last month, not so much. I didn't really get to much of my TBR, so some of these are repeats, some of them are new. Probably going overboard again because I'm probably not going to get to all of them, but these are the ones that I'm going to try to shoot for reading. These are the ones I'm going to try to choose from. I have shelves and shelves of books. I'm going to be doing a kind of a haul soon. I already filmed it, but editing and it was just too long, so I need to cut it down and refilm it again. So I will be filming a haul video of all my new books. To kind of talk about what I got and when I plan to read it, read them and all that good stuff. So we're just going to jump in and talk about the books that I am hoping to read in the month of May. Okay, so this first book is definitely a repeat. I've already started. I'm about 80 pages in, about chapter 7. This is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I had already started this book, but The Crown of Gilded Bones came in the mail. So this one did get paused, but now I have picked it up and this is going to be my first read of May. The Hating Game follows Josh and Lucy. They are working in the same company that recently was joined with two different publishing companies. And now they are kind of fighting for the same job. So this is going to be as of what I know, an enemies to lovers romance book. Very, very recommended, highly rated. So I'm very excited to finish this. So far, I think it's cute. I'm loving it so far. So, and I've barely made a dent in it. So I'm excited to read this. So this will be the first book of the month. Next is Julia Quinn, The Viscount Who Loved Me. I did read the first Bridgerton, The Duke and I book, and since they are starting to film the second one, I do want to read this, so I have this done before the the new series comes out, or the new season. It's a season. So I want to read this. I think this is Anthony's. Yeah, Anthony Bridgerton's story. So this is Daphne Bridgerton's older brother. I loved him in the first season, in the first book. Anthony just kind of brought a comical factor, I think, to it, at least to the series, because he was just so overprotective and was like, I want her to have the best, and then it's just, I don't know, I loved him. He was such a great character. I'm excited to see his story and see who he falls in love with and what happens. So the next, this is another repeat. I think The Viscount Who Loved Me is a repeat as well. This is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Now, as in multiple videos, you're probably sick of hearing me say this, I try not to read books with such huge fan bases or hype, because I'm always scared of being let down. I wasn't let down with From Blood and Ash, so we're going to jump into this series because the new one came out and everybody's just dying and saying that it's fantastic, so we're going to start it. So I want to read this one, obviously start the series out with the first one, started out strong, so this will hopefully be one of my next reads for this month. I'm not even going to go into detail because if you don't know what this is about, you live under the same rock as me and just go pick it up and let's read it together because everybody's talking about it and I'm tired of being left out. So yes, this is going to be another one. Okay. Next, another repeat, because I didn't read much of my TBR. I sucked this year, or this month, or the last month, is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hilbert. Is it Hilbert? Hibbert. Talia Hibbert. So this follows Chloe Brown. I've talked about this in previous books. I'm going to kind of, or videos, so I'm going to kind of blow through it. Chloe Brown beats or survives a life-threatening illness, and she decides that she wants to live her life. She's like, I'm gonna go and do everything that I thought I would never be able to do. So she decides that she wants to start dating a bad boy and all this stuff, and there's apparently it's a steamy romance with that bad boy, so I'm excited to see where it goes with Chloe Brown, and I'll probably love it, so I'll probably end up picking up her sister's stories, which are the following books in the series. So heard great things about it. I'm excited to give it a shot. Okay, I'm not going to throw in another repeat because we're just going to spice it up and change it up a little bit. So the next book that I want to read, only because it's getting me excited for the spring and summer feels. Again, I know, I think I said it in one of my last videos that Southern California really doesn't get a winter. It's kind of like summertime all year round with sprinkled in a few cold days. But this is getting me excited for the spring and summer months. So I got this last month in the book of the month, and I'm excited to read this. And this is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Look at how pretty. I'm sorry, my dog is sleeping on the floor right under my tripod, and she is moving it with her paws. So that is this book. How gorgeous, how pretty is this cover? I think it is amazing. This follows, I'm so excited. They put their names right here so I don't have to search for them. Poppy and Alex. This follows them. They were best friends, but they were kind of like a weird friendship. They were completely opposite, but then they ended up best friends. Well, something happens and they're no longer friends, but I think it's Poppy is the girl. She wants to try to fix it, so she's going to give them a chance to do one last summer vacation like they used to do and try to fix things. So this follows that one last vacation, and we're going to see if she is able to fix it, if things happen, I don't know. I'm assuming there's going to be a romance between them. I'm sure if it's a typical romance book, there's going to finally blow out, like a blowout fight, and then they're going to fix it. I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes. It's super, super pretty. I love the cover. Okay, next is going to be a repeat. We're kind of mixing them in. This is one of my book of the month books from the previous month of March, yeah. And this is In a Book Club Far Away by Tiff Marcello. Again, I love this cover, so pretty. So this follows a group of army wives who were really good friends and had a book club. Well, something happened. There was some kind of betrayal. I don't know what happened, but they are no longer friends, but something happens with one of them and they all have to come back together, kind of help her. So it's them going to be reevaluating their friendships. What happened? Is it salvageable? Are they able to be friends? So I think this will be kind of like a fun little read. Maybe a little bit heavier, not sure. So it's going to be a nice little mix in between my romance books. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a shot. Next, we're going to just add this. This is not a repeat. So this is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansola. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. This cover is fantastic. I love it. So the main character in this book is what am I trying to say? I like completely blanked. The main character works in her family's restaurant. She is a chef. She feels like her life is kind of like every romance trope, like just the typical things that happen in a rom-com. She feels like it's happening to her. And well, until the day that her ex-boyfriend, who is a very mean food critic, comes in, ends up getting poisoned and dies in her restaurant, and now everybody thinks it's her because he was her obviously ex and he's a tough critic. So they think it's her, so now it's her trying to prove her innocence on how she didn't kill her ex-boyfriend. Sounds fun. Great cover. What can go wrong? So yeah, that's on my list. And the last book is a repeat. Again, I sucked reading my TBR last month. Oh well. This is American Royals by Catherine McGee. McGee. So this one follows America if we had offered George Washington a crown. The two princesses, the heir and the spare of the crown, are vying for the heart of the same prince. Don't know much more details about that. I'm excited to read this because I am a history lover. I know this isn't exactly a historical book, but I think it would be cool to kind of see America as if we would have offered George Washington a monarchy instead of a presidency. So yeah, I think that that's kind of like a fun little twist to what we know of in our world, and I'm kind of excited to see what America would be like if they were run by a royal family and a monarchy versus a presidency. So that is my last book for the month. I think that this is still a little bit of a large list for me right now. I don't know why. I just feel like March was a crazy month where I just read, and now I've kind of slowed down, but who knows? Maybe another month where I pick back up. So hopefully I'll get through these books, maybe more. If not, that's what happens, right? You never go with what you plan to read. So we're gonna shoot for those. I'll probably sprinkle in some ebooks and some audiobooks. I don't have any of those planned, but I will make sure to put those in my wrap up for the end of May if I do read them and what I finish. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe. I would love to have you around, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.